we begin with the issue of public speaking. Who's allowed to do it and when? Many think a former president and current presidential candidate, a person who says he represents the will of tens of millions of people, would have an unquestioned right to say pretty much whatever he wants. Not only because free speech is good in and of itself, but history has shown it's better to settle political disputes through the force of phrase rather than the force of weapons. But the case of Donald Trump is proving, as it so often does, to be the exception to the rule. One of the ongoing themes of the legal drama playing out in a lower Manhattan courtroom is whether Trump has violated the judge's gag order, barring him from directly attacking jurors and witnesses in this case. Insofar as Trump believes the entire proceeding is a sham and an affront to the justice system, he feels perfectly justified criticizing those who participate in it. But the district attorney says that jeopardizes the safety of those people and the integrity of the case, accusing Trump today of 4 more violations of the gag order, bringing the total to 15. Interestingly, the judge is taking his time deciding all this. We thought there would be a ruling as early as today, but instead he scheduled another hearing for next week. Meanwhile, court adjourned just a few minutes ago, and the prosecutor's third witness will return to the stand next week. He is Gary Farrow, a banker who worked with Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, when Cohen allegedly paid off adult film star Stormy Daniels. Earlier, testimony wrapped from the prosecution's first 2 witnesses, former National Enquirer publisher David Pecker and Ronna Graff, Trump's former longtime personal assistant. Graff reportedly served as Trump's gatekeeper at Trump Tower, saying back in 2004 that anyone who wanted to get to Trump had to go through her. She notably testified that she saw adult film star Stormy Daniels at the Trump Tower before Trump ran for president in 2016. She was only on the stand for a few minutes. Contrast that with David Pecker, who testified for 4 days. All week, we've been hearing about catch and kill, hush money, and a Playboy playmate during his testimony, as the prosecution tries to make the case that Trump committed a felony when he allegedly falsified business records to cover up a hush money payment to Daniels. David Pecker testified under oath that he paid off 3 people to bury their stories and to help Trump's presidential campaign: Daniels, Playboy playmate Karen McDougal, and a doorman peddling gossip. The defense today tried poking holes in Pecker's testimony, saying this was all just business as usual for the tabloid. However, Pecker testified the National Enquirer never before paid someone for their story, only to then kill it until Trump. And he said today he did so with Trump to help Trump win the 2016 election. All right, NewsNation's Kelly Myers live for us now outside the courthouse in Manhattan. Kelly, there's a lot of testimony today, but let's break down this new gag order violation hearing. The penalties for violating the gag order include fines all the way up to jail time. What are we possibly looking at here?
Yeah, and look, former President Trump came out today. He talked with the press as he finished up court and left for the day and left for the week. But it's when he's talking about the witnesses, which he did another 4 times, the judge says, violating this gag order 4 more times just on Thursday, twice talking about Michael Cohen. He also talked about David Pecker, calling him a nice guy. So then at the last minute yesterday, the judge said we're going to have another gag order violation hearing next week. Initially, it was going to be on Wednesday. That's a day where they normally don't have court. It's a day that former President Trump likes to get on the campaign trail. He has 2 events scheduled in Michigan and Wisconsin. So then they actually moved it to May 2nd, to Thursday, 9:30 a.m. So that would kind of cut into the trial that's already set for that day. So they're going to have to take a look at this first and then get into the rest of the testimony. Elizabeth.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.